Hello, dear friends. In the previous video, we discussed about what is LangChain and what is the need of LangChain, and also we discussed about two important components of LangChain in the previous video. So, in this video, we are going to see about the next important component of the LangChain, that is about chain. So, the other components we'll discuss in the other videos. So, here we are going to discuss about the chain component which is present inside the LangChain. So we know that LangChain is a framework which help us to integrate the LLM model with the other important components like memory or tools or an agent or a model or a prompt or a chain. So this LangChain is helping us to integrate all these components with the LLM. So that's what we saw already. So we saw about the components called model and the prompt. So here we are going to see about chain. It is one of the component in the line chain. So what is the purpose of this chain is, so chain is a sequence of steps. For example, if I want to do a task, if everything is given all together and to do at a stretch, it is difficult. But if I divide the task into small subtasks, and then if I do one by one, it is easy for us to manage. Sometimes the task which we divided may be reused later. So this is some important advantage of using chain. So that is what chain is. So chain is a sequence of steps that works together to complete a task. So the output of one task can be the input to the next task also. So instead of asking AI to do everything at a stretch, we are going to break the task into smaller steps and we are going to connect it. So that's what about the chain is. Okay, so in real world, if all the tasks are not done in a single steps, for example, like if I reading a document, and that can be done as a one step. Then understand it, then summarize it, then translate it, then extract the key points from it. So if you want, you can do everything as a single step also. But instead of doing that, I can divide it into small steps so that every step we can call it as chain. So doing everything in one prompt may be confusing, it is difficult to manage and also too difficult to debug also. But if I make it as a small step as a chain, then I can organize it, I can reuse it, I can manage it very well. So, what are the key benefits of having chain? So, instead of doing everything as a single step or a single task, why we want this chain or dividing the task into small subtasks or as a chain? Why we want it? So, the first benefit is modularity. So since we are going to divide it into so many comments, we can able to reuse the component. So for example, you have one chain for summarization, one chain for translation, one chain for question answering. So each block can be reused in many other applications also. For example, in other application also, if I want to do the summarization, I can use this chain there as well. And in some other application, if I want a translation, so I can use this chain over there also. So that is the importance of modularity. So this is one of the benefit of doing this chain. So another one is composability. What does this means? So it is helping us to give the flexibility in connecting the components. So, for example, if for one application I want the change to be in one order, but in another application I want the change to be in different order. So, different components can be arranged in different order according to my purpose. So, when I have this task into so many subtasks, I can rearrange it as I want. So that is what called as composability. And the next one is readability. So, for example, if I, as I told you, know, instead of doing everything as a single step, so it is very difficult to manage, debug, and all we saw. So, for example, if I have a task as a single para, so reading and understanding is very difficult. But if the same thing, if I have it is as a steps, then it is easy for us to understand also, right? So same thing. So if we have a chain, the readability is also very easy. So, like here is an example I have given. So, if you want to do a recipe, instead of saying the recipe as a single para, if I give the recipe as a small steps, then it is easy for us to follow it and do it, right? So that is what readability is. And the next important benefits of having the chain is maintainability. So the steps can be added, we can remove it, we can swap it. So I can maintain the chains as required for my application. So I can replace. So if I have a chain, so one chain can be replaced with one other chain. So I can add a, for example, I don't have a grammar check in the chain sequence. So I can add a new thing. I can remove if a translation step is not required, means I can remove it. So no need to do the particular chain which is again and again. So if the particular chain, that is a task, right? So if it is subtask is already available in other chain, I can go and take the component that particular chain and come bring it here also. So that is what maintainability. Then reusability, as I told you, one thing which is used in one particular application can be used in other one also. So if two application having a common workflow, I can reuse it for other one also. So if you are building once, you can use it for many times. So that is what reusability. Next one is tool integration. So chain can be combined in different. So chains can combine different tools. So that is also an advantage. So tools can integrate LLMs, database, vector storage, APIs, calculator. All this can be integrated along with the chain in easy because all the tasks are divided, right? So we have every single task as separate chain. So whichever task or whichever chain needs which tool, I can easily integrate to it. So if it is having as everything is all together, integrating may be difficult. Now I have everything as a single task. So which task want which tool? To that particular chain, I can attach that particular tool. So it is very easy also for the tool integration. Next one is productivity. So since I have so many things already ready, so I can build, if I want to make a new thing to be developed, since I have many components or chains already available, I can quickly use it and I can make a prototype. So quickly build a prototype of configurable chain. So developers can build working prototype very quickly because so many things are already available. So I have a ready-made lab equipment. So instead of building everything from the scratch, since I have already many things are already available, I can quickly go and reuse it. So these are some of the types of chain. Simple chain means it has only one step. So input goes in and the process it and you will get the output. But we know the difficulty I have told you. But if you have a sequence of chain, so like multiple steps one after other, so it is easy for us to manage. For example, summarization. Summarize a research. So here is an example. When we have a document, then summarize, then translate, then we get the key points from it. So this are sequence. So sequence chain. So then another one is router chain. So it can take a small decision. For example, from after this, for example, I have a requirement. So after this steps, because of this condition, go to this particular chain. So I can, instead of going sequentially, I can also make a better decision dynamically. I can route it to the other chain. So that is also decisions can also be easily made. That is what router chain is. So router chain decides which chain to be used based on the input. So it is does not like a decision can be easily made, dynamically made. So it is also very easy. So this is about the router chain. Now let's see an example for this chain so that you will understand it very clearly. So here is an example. So as I showed you in the previous video, so first we have to install the required packages. So here I have installed the Lang, and also I showed you that in the previous video about the API key, so which will help us to connect with the Llama model. This is an open source model. So using Grok API key, I'm going to access it, and then I'm accessing importing the necessary packages and the functions inside that. So I'm using Grok for accessing the LLM, then I'm using a prompt template, and also I'm going to use the string output parser. So we'll discuss one by one. So now I'm using this Grok. So already I told you, no, this Grok API key is already stored here. So I showed you how to get it in the previous video. So you will type Google, in the Google type Grok API key. So using your credentials, you can log in and you can create a one API key and put the API key here. So give a name and store it. It's like a password, so it is hidden. So once it is ready, I can use it here, import it here. Now using that Grok, I'm going to use the model Llama 3, and then the object for our model is now ready. now I'm going to give a prompt template. So that is also already we discussed. So here I'm going to use a template. So it says explain. And this topic can be replaced with anything in a simple terms. I'm giving a condition as well. So what is the input given to this prompt template is topic. So that's what I'm saying. So input variable will be topic. So topic will be given as an input to this prompt template. And here is the important one which we are discussing. So that is what the chain. So here I have three chains. So what are the chain? First one is prompt. The input will be given and taken. That is the first thing. So whenever you want to do a getting an prompt, you can do. Then next after getting, I want another chain as LLM. So this is a chain. So the next another subtask is string output parser, which means the LLM is going to give a response, and I am going to convert that response out in. It will be giving the response in the form of an object. So from that, I'm going to convert the object into a string representation, and I'm going to give it. So that is what the string output parser means. So here, this is what my chain is. Okay, so now the chain is ready. So the full task, instead of doing everything at a stretch, I am dividing prompt separately, then LLM invocation using LLM separately, then displaying the output separately, everything. So likewise, how we want to make it according to the application, you can make a chain. And now we are going to use it. So first I'm going to have the template, as already we also have the template here. So same thing is given here. So here I'm using two prompt template, prompt one, prompt two, any number of template we can make it. And here I'm going to make a chain. So runnable sequence. So whichever sequence we want, you can use. Here I have used prompt one as one. So this is one kind of prompt. This is another kind of prompt. So here I'm going to get the input as topic. Here I'm going to get the input. Like here say summarize. So this is one prompt. Here explanation. This is another prompt. Here I have commented it. So this is another one. Giving a condition to the prompt, which we learned in the prompt, in the previous video. So I'm saying here, this topic for the condition for the audience. Well, for which type of audience you want to explain this topic? Is it for the final years, or is it for the kids, or is it for the first years? So to whom you want to explain? So this is also template. So for that, in this, how many inputs you want? So input variable is one. I want topic. Also, I want to give the audience. So this is how we give the input. But here I am in this. I'm summarize this explanation in 2 lines, and which topic I want to summarize, I'm going to get input. So that is what I given. So here I want to get only one input. So in what way you want, you can make it according to your application. So here I have two prompt. Now I'm going to use it in the chain. So it's a runnable sequence. So one sequence is prompt one. This as your prompt template, then LLM, then the string output parser. You can use either this one, or I can use this also, prompt two. Depending upon the input we are going to give, you can use any one of it, or you can choose anyone. So now I'm going to make use of it. So here in chain dot, what is chain? So this is what a chain. I'm going to invoke. What is the topic? I'm going to give deep learning. So it is here. The topic input I'm going to give to here is deep learning. So here it is going to use this prompt too. If I want to use this one, how will you invoke it? So same thing. I can give the topic as AI and the audience as school students, whatever it may be. So now I am going to use this chain is used, and the input for that this prompt to for the prompt I want only one input. I am asking to explain about deep learning. So here it is giving. So here it is giving because here I am asking for 2 line summary. So it is saying here is a 2 line summary, and it is giving a 2 line summary for deep learning. So this is what the chain is. Likewise, we can make any kind of chain according to the requirement. We can divide our input task to so many chains, and you can use it accordingly. So I hope you have got it. What is a chain and how to use it. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for listening.